The Bills are forced into an impossible decision this offseason on a key position that they're going to address because it got torched in the playoffs. So let's break it down for you guys all right here. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Bills Digest. I'm your host, Anthony Senicar, and it is off-season time, so you know what that means. Tons of trade rumors, tons of free agency signings, and a whole ton of draft coverage. And here at Bills Digest, we got you guys covered all off-season. Only issue with that is 72% of you guys who are watching this video right now are not subscribed to the channel. Subscribe, join the army here at Bills Digest, because we got you guys covered all off-season from wall to wall. So the decision that I want to talk about today is the impossible decision of what the Bills are going to do at the cornerback position for the start of next season. Taking a look at the Bills' or corner depth right now, everybody in green is who is a free agent. Yellow is a restricted free agent. I want to focus on the corners today. Right now, the Bills have Christian Benford, Kyer Elam, Taron Johnson, Jamarcus Ingram, Brandon Covington, who is a restricted free agent, but again, more of a return man. And obviously, the big name in green right there is Mr. Rasul Douglas, who the Bills acquired last season at the trade deadline from the Green Bay Packers for a third-round pick. Last season filled in for Tre'Davious White, who was hurt and looked very, very good. Started off the season strong. Ended off the season a little questionable. Just looking at his PFF stats, again, it's PFF, so take it for what you take it for how much you respect the stats. But look at Rasul's regular season stats for PFF: 59.2 in coverage, which again is middle of the pack to average. Again, interceptions, in my opinion, are not that crazy of a stat. There's corners who are not that good who get a lot of interceptions just because quarterbacks are picking on them and they get into a position to get those interceptions. So again, you want your corner to have very good coverage grade just based off of zone coverage and man coverage. Christian Benford, again, the Bills' starting corner right now, is a top 5 PFF graded corner, where Rasul Douglas is middle of the pack. When you got a stud on the opposite end like Christian Benford, you can kind of ease around on your second option. But the real issue is, the scary part is as the season progressed and getting into the playoffs, look at Rasul in the playoffs. Very, very bad. I mean, just look at it. 42. He was ranked, what is that? He was ranked 55th out of the 62 corners in the playoffs. Just look at this chart. You can kind of visualize it. Good. You got the Seattle and Miami game where the Bills were up big. So again, the coverage, you didn't play too much. And then as the season progressed, you can kind of see that chart start to dwindle down, and down. And again, that leaves the question is, what do the Bills do? Do they re-sign Rasul Douglas? And based off of Sports Track's market value for Rasul, you're looking at about $12 million for a contract. Rasul is also 30 years old. So again, corners either age gracefully or they fall off a cliff. Look at that of Tre'Davious White. And again, you're kind of seeing in the playoffs this past season, you were seeing rust. And again, the Bills look like they're shifting to more of a balanced defense in coverage, where they were more of a heavy zone, which Rasul excels at. They look like they want to implement a little bit more man coverage for these matchups against these corners. Bobby Babich likes blitzing a lot more than Leslie Frazier did, than Sean McDermott did. And again, when you're blitzing, it's going to leave your guys out in man coverage. And Rasul was playing man coverage in the playoffs. He was getting absolutely burnt. There were many a times where you're like, where's Rasul? Why is he getting burnt like that? So again, it looks like with a shift in mentality with this defense from a very heavy zone defense to more of a balanced coverage defense, maybe Rasul gets the boot and he walks away. And again, pricing yourself at $12 million, do you really want to pay $12 million when you have to pay the guy on the other side, Christian Benford, after this rookie contract, in the realm of $18 to $20 million? Do you want to have $30 million tied up in your two corners, where the Bills like to maybe have money tied up on one big guy and then kind of develop small pieces around? Again, the Bills and Sean McDermott are infamous for developing corners into starting caliber to Pro Bowl caliber players. Look at the likes of Levi Wallace, who looked really good in the Sean McDermott system. Gets paid in Pittsburgh, does not look good. And again, look at Look at the guy in Carolina. Why am I blanking on his name now? I'm blanking on his name now, but there was a guy who went to Carolina, got paid, and now he's not as good. So again, Sean McDermott makes these guys look way better in the system. I mean, look at Josh Norman. Josh Norman was like 32, 33, and he was opposite of Trey White in those early years, and he still looked good in the Sean McDermott system. So again, can the Bills maybe look at Kaiir Elam to step up? The only issue with that is Kaiir Elam came in that Chiefs game and got absolutely toasted, and his reps this season when he was playing was not looking very good. He's been in the doghouse since it seems like the Bills drafted him. So it looks like Kaiir Elam might not be on the board. Maybe they try to resurgence him with the hiring of the new DB coach from the Patriots, who, again, has worked with man coverage, the likes of Christian Gonzalez. But again, I think the Bills are going to go bargain bin hunting for the cornerback market. And I got a handful of corners that are on the market right now. The big names being obviously DJ Reed, Tre'Davious Ward, and Asante Samuel Jr. And then, as you see there, you got Rasul Douglas. Those guys are going to be around the $13 to $20 million range. Carlton Davis, Byron Murphy are also going to be up there. Stephon Gilmore could be an interesting name, kind of more of a veteran presence, kind of someone that Elam can learn from. Rotate in and out with Gilmore. Again, just another veteran presence to get in there with Christian Benford. Trey White's obviously there, but again, I don't think Trey White's going to come back. He looked very shaky on the Ravens. He's 1 year removed from a second torn ACL. But again, hey, if you want to come for cheap Trey, I will not say no. Two names that I want you guys to look at there are Jeff Okudah and that of Benjamin St-Juste. There's also another name that's on in there, Caleb Farley. So two of these guys, that being Jeff Okudah and Caleb Farley, former first-round picks. I mean, Jeff Okudah was a top 5 pick, and Caleb Farley was also another guy that Bills were looking at in the draft process with a 22nd overall pick for the Tennessee Titans, and obviously Jeff Okudah was the 3rd pick for the Detroit Lions. Okudah goes to Atlanta, and again, doesn't work out there. He's been bouncing around the league a bit. Caleb Farley didn't work on the Titans, goes to Carolina, is playing okay. Both these guys are going to get $3 to $5 million range. Do the Bills go under the radar with one of these two guys, a former first-round talent? Maybe they develop in the Sean McDermott system. Again, when you got so much money tied up in your quarterback, when you're going to have to pay James Cook probably, when you're going to have to pay a lot of these pieces, you're going to have to go bargain bin hunting. There's going to be a little bit of a step down, but that's where you got to have faith in your coaching and your development staff. So maybe the Bills go after one of these two former first-round picks with Caleb Farley and Jeff Okudah, or Benjamin St-Juste, who again was the 3rd corner on the Washington Redskins. But again, the Redskins, Commanders, my apologies on that. The Dan Quinn and Ron Rivera, who also coached there before, both run more of a zone/man coverage, very balanced defense. So maybe St-Juste, you pay a little bit more, get a younger guy in, and have him go opposite of Christian Benford, and you have him rotate with Kaiir Elam. There's lots of options out there. I think Rasul Douglas, and again, I don't think you want to tie up $10 million into a corner when you're going to have to pay Christian Benford. I think the Bills are going to have to go bargain bin hunting on the cornerback market. But let me know your thoughts below, guys. What do you guys think? Should the Bills go bargain bin hunting? Should they re-sign Rasul Douglas? We all love Rasul here, but again, we were seeing signs of him losing a step and getting exposed in man coverage, and I think that the Bills are going to go more of a balanced coverage scheme. So let me know your thoughts below, guys. Should the Bills re-sign Rasul? Like I said, should they go and look at the bargain bin? Should they go after one of these big name Asante Samuel Jr. type corners? What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts below. We're on the road to 100 subscribers here, so please subscribe and like the video. And as always, guys, go Bills.